Hello and welcome to House of Cult. My name is Alessandro, and with me, as always, is Ariel, the owner and founder of the Pretty Cult. Today, we are super excited to be chatting with Australia-based pop rock and metalcore outfit, The Beautiful Monument. But in this case, we are chatting with Lizi, the band's vocalist. And, the band have made a name for themselves in their home country, largely due to their emotionally vulnerable lyrics, charismatic live performances, and their blend of catchy pop hooks and heavy guitars. So really just thank you so much for joining us. And, how's the day going? I understand it's probably the morning time where you are.
Thanks so much for having me. Yeah, it's been okay. I'm just cleaning the house today. It was my birthday yesterday, so I've given myself a long weekend.
Oh,
Happy
fellow
birthday.
Ah,
Aquarius. Yeah.
thanks. I'm an aquacorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on the cusp.
That's
But
that's a
yeah,
good
I've just been
one.
just been cleaning. Super boring. Nothing super exciting. I'm so sorry.
No, that's all good. I mean, I love to clean. It's like my favorite thing in the world to do.
Oh
So
my
I
God.
respect
It's
it.
therapeutic.
It
I'm here
is.
for
Absolutely.
it.
For sure.
Love it. Well, we're just gonna jump right in. Can you take us back to the very, beginning, and the formation of the beautiful monument? How did you guys first meet? What were some of your shared influences early on? And what was kind of the original, mission or vision for the band when you kind of first all came together?
Far out. Oh my Lord, this is going to take me back. So TBM
Mhm.
started, sheesh, back in 2013. It was myself and my best friend Shelby, who's no longer in the band. And I'd always done like solo acts and stuff. And one year I got asked to play this like queer festival, and I was like, I don't super want to do it by myself. Like, do you want to play bass? And she's like, I can't play any instrument. Sure, let's wing this. And I was like, okay, cool. Um, and then we just got a couple of friends to like help me out, and it kind of just went from there. It just blossomed. And then we got like forever members and a lot of member changes over the years because of people like moving away or just like differences when it came to like creativity and the way we
For
were
sure.
sort of steering the band and what have you. But yeah, it's been an absolute roller coaster ride, but I genuinely couldn't be happier with the lineup that we have now. Like it's so sick. It's been so fun.
That's awesome. No, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're actually in a band with your wife, correct? Like your wife
Yes,
is in the
she's
band?
she's the bassist. Yeah,
That's so
Amy.
cool. That's so awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. It's very like professional on the road though. It's just like best friends forever on the road and then
Of course.
boring chores and wifely duties when we get home.
Of course.
I could kind of relate to that. Me and my girlfriend, we work in music together and we overlap on a lot of like the same clients and projects. And like we're very much like we have work mode and then we have relationship mode,
Yep,
back
yep,
at home. And
yep.
it's cool to have the balance and if it can work, it's like a
Absolutely.
dream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
Totally.
everyone can
Well,
do it, so not
oh
everyone
yeah,
can. So kudos to
absolutely.
you
And
guys.
we also used to like work together at like an electronics store here in Australia called JB Hi-Fi. We used to work together. We lived together. We were in two bands together. Like it was just wild, crazy times. It's just inseparable, the both of us.
I love that. That's amazing. And the band is like, would you kind of claim Melbourne as like the home base for the band?
The home base, absolutely. None of I Adam's the only one that lives in Melbourne now. We all live in different states. Like Alex, our guitarist, they live in South Australia, in Adelaide. And then Amy and I are in Newcastle in New South Wales. So we're all over the place. But I get the 7 year itch. I can't stay somewhere very long. Like I'm originally from Brisbane. I like to get away. I'm just like, no,
Mm,
I'm
Okay.
bored.
Absolutely. Well, that was kind of
But
my
it all
question.
did start in Melbourne.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, obviously like Melbourne is like, the creative heart of Australia. It's always
Yeah.
had such like a thriving alternative music scene. I think from like what I've understood is like Sydney is maybe more like in like the film and entertainment world, and Melbourne is where like all the really cool artsy people are, is in Melbourne. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just kind of curious, what was it like sort of, coming up in that scene and that environment, and how did that city sort of shape your sound and work ethic? That city alone has been such a major exporter of so many incredible bands that have not only broken in Australia, but that are absolutely global names at this point.
Yeah, it I think like being friends with like just a lot of the like hardcore kids and stuff sort of just let us into that scene, even though we're not necessarily like super heavy. We just ended up like being loved and part of the family. So we ended up on these like really heavy lineups. Like, mind you, like you were asking before, sorry. Um, my biggest influence when we were first starting TBM was A Day to Remember. Like, I
Okay.
just wanted
Mm.
to be a girl a day to remember. Just Jeremy McKinnon, my absolute idol, love him to bits. And that's all I wanted. But I was always too scared to do any like dirty vocals. So I never did. I just, I get really, really bad, like when it comes to embarrassment, like it's crippling for me if I get embarrassed. Like I would try and practice like screaming or whatever, and I'd put a pillow on my face and then I'd try scream and then get super embarrassed because I'm like, oh my God, the pillow is judging me. I can't do this. So we stuck with like the pop rock girly stuff, which I absolutely adore. And it's like, it's my wheelhouse now. But yeah, just being a part of that like hardcore community, uh, definitely shaped us in terms of like that's how I was able to meet Alex. Like Alex was in a band called False for, um, and they were like super, super heavy. Again, female fronted, like disgusting riffs, like
Yeah.
sick. Very, very, very cool band. But if I wasn't a part of that sort of community and scene, I never would have met Alex. But yeah, it's so rad. It's definitely shaped us just because of the amount of people that are like in a similar vein of music to us there. We were able to form those connections and we just naturally became friends because we all went to the same place to party.
Yeah. That's super cool. Yeah. It's
Mm.
it's just so wild, yeah, to think of like all the amazing bands that have come from there. And you know, and it's also wild, like, Australia is so incredibly far away from like where A Day to Remember is from, like in Florida.
Yeah.
And like, so I imagine like, growing up, it's like, it wasn't probably too often that, bands were coming to Australia that often. I know there used to be the Soundwave Festival, I believe, in Australia.
Yeah. I first saw A Day to Remember, I think, oh, God, I forgot what the festival was called. It was in Brisbane. I was like 16 maybe. They were here with like Suicide Silence and Parkway Drive, and it was just awesome. That was the day that I like sort of fell in love with them. And then I heard their Kelly Clarkson cover and I was like, yes, Queen.
Yeah.
I'm so here
Mm.
for this. This is great. And then it was just a day to remember from there. But yeah, I was so fortunate enough that we got to play with them at Good Things.
Oh,
And I
wow.
met him and I didn't throw up or cry. I
That's
was very
amazing.
impressed with myself.
Wow, that's amazing. Like that must have been so surreal for sure.
Yeah,
Y-
well, absolutely. It was there was this one photo of they introduced me to Kevin. So they knew how much I loved A Day to Remember. And one of the chicks that was like interviewing everyone was like, oh, like who are you excited to see? And I was like, ah, A Day to Remember, like one of my favorite bands of all time ever. And she's like, oh, cool, no worries. Just give me a sec. I'll be right back. And I was like, okay, no worries.
wow.
And then she brings out Kevin, and there is a photo of me just like mouth open, just staring. I didn't say a single, it was so embarrassing. I didn't say a single word the whole time because I was just in awe that someone from A Day to Remember was standing in front of me. And I just, he left and I started crying, and everyone's like, Lizzie, you okay? I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed. What is happening? What is my
Oh,
life?
it's so
How am I,
wholesome.
how am I sharing like a festival with my favorite band? Nuts.
That's amazing. I love that. Kind of back to the music as well of the band, the band has never shied away from, confronting like very serious topics like abuse, substance issues, mental health, and grief. How important has it for you to always remain, as emotionally honest as possible in your writing? And and what are sort of the challenges and rewards that come with being so open with your art?
I think my biggest challenge is I always get really, really nervous about um like family or people close to me that are listening to it, thinking that I'm maybe like judging them in a way or what have
Mm,
you, but
Mm,
or like bad mouthing them. But I'm absolutely not. It's just, I guess it's music is my diary. Like it's where
hmm.
I let out my feelings, and so many people can like, relate to some of the things that I say because they might be in similar situations. And I just, yeah, I get really nervous that, like one of the one of our songs, Deceiver, is about my brother's drug addiction. And I always felt so bad that he would think that I was like dissing him or saying that he's a scumbag or whatever for for taking that path. But it's absolutely not that. It was just how I felt and how like this whole situation made me feel and how it was affecting the people around us and his children and him and all that jazz. So yeah, that's definitely what the biggest challenge is when
For
I like
sure.
go into topics. I'm just like, shit, I kind of have to make this like not super obvious that it's about this person. Like I have to be very conscious about like what I say because I don't want it to be blatantly obvious that it's about this person. Um, or it's about like a certain, yeah, situation in particular, because I don't want those people to get like hurt in any way, because I definitely don't mean it maliciously. But again, on the plus side, I'm then writing stuff that connects to people that people can be like, oh my God, yeah, I totally get it. I go through that too. Like, even though their situation might be completely different, like I'm building that sense of like connection to the listener because I get it. Like, me too. Like, we all
yeah.
go
Absolutely.
through shit and we do it together.
Yeah, I have a question. It wasn't on here, but I just, as you were talking, have you ever had, and if it's too personal and you don't want to share, that's totally fine, like a situation of someone maybe realizing the song was about them and confronting you, and maybe it ended up being like a positive healing way in any way, or being like, wow, as time, as we know with mental things, sometimes time heals, like when people are in the middle of it, it's obviously not received the best, but sometimes
Yeah.
with time, and conversations, people can hopefully, come around and admit, hey, like that you were right, and I'm sorry and stuff like that.
Mm.
And like, even if that hasn't happened for you yet, like, I hope that it does, because I feel like, music is obviously, and this is going to go into like my next question, healing for so many people, the people who create it. That's obviously like we talk to people on this podcast all the time that that is how they deal with grief and mental stuff, is they need to write music. And then there's those of us who don't write music but listen to it all the time. And, it's healing for us to listen to that and take on, whatever that musician intended. So yeah, I guess it was just like I was thinking about it, if anyone had realized, or if that ever like had maybe opened up a conversation between you and that person. And again, if
There's
it's too personal, you don't
no,
have to
no,
share.
no, that's totally fine. There's one song where like the person had realized, but they were so like oblivious to it. Like they knew it was very frustrating because you're like, this whole situation happened because of you. You're right in front of me. Like, this is about you, but you don't give a shit. So I was just like, like, come on, man. And every time it would come on, they'd be like, this is my favorite song. And you're like,
You're like, that's the irony in this
okay,
right now is real.
okay.
I'm glad this is
Yeah.
your favorite song.
You're just like, come on, man. Like it's so blatantly obvious about like a situation that we had where things turned to shit and it was because of you. Like, and I was still friends with the person at that time
Yeah.
too. So I was like, are you dumb? Like, come on, man. And they were like, nah, like, "Oh, it's cool." And you're just like, nothing. You're giving me, okay, sure. So you just roll with it. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
you're
do
like,
you.
all right. Yeah, I guess just solidifies, how you felt, which is another thing too. Sometimes that happened. You're like, okay, I was correct in the way that I felt about this situation, clearly.
Correct. Yeah, yeah.
So my actual next question was, mental health is obviously, as we've said, a core theme. What are some practices that help you stay grounded or advice that you would maybe give listeners who are seeking comfort and connecting through your songs?
Personally, I find myself turning to reading a lot. I use reading as a massive escape for myself. Like there's this author called Carlton Mellick III, and he writes like these wild, like horror books that are just so whimsical and fun and weird, and he has the most cooked brain, and I just wish I could curl up inside his brain and be like, what the hell is going on here? Because it just like takes me away from everything. But yeah, it's just for me, it's finding something to take me out of reality just for a small minute so I can take a breather and just reset essentially. Or I spend like disgusting amounts of hours playing The Sims and just building houses.
I
But
For sure.
love,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
reading is the best. I'm also a heavy reader, so I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. But yeah, reading is definitely the thing that I go to. But I also like to talk to my friends a lot. Like if I ever have any sort of issue where I'm really struggling and I feel like I just can't do it alone. Like I've got a really, really great group of friends that I just word vomit at and they go, okay, okay. And they're the type of friends that like don't necessarily tell me what I want to hear.
It's
They tell
good.
me as it is. So it's nice and like super validating when they're like, you're not crazy. I see this too. Like, it's okay. Like, everything is fine. But yeah, I have very, very honest friends that won't just sugarcoat shit. They're very, very honest. So I think having that support network is so like it's so vital to me.
Yeah, the real ones. I'm that
Yeah.
friend. I'm the one that everyone's like, well, and say I'm very blunt and I'm that friend. So I was
I'm
like, I
here
think
for it.
Alessandro can probably relate. He knows I'm that friend. I'm an
Yeah.
Yes.
Aquarius, so
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah.
direct. I
Yeah.
I don't like it any other
Correct.
way, and that's how I want people to be with me. If I'm fucking up or I'm not seeing something, I want them to be like, "Yo, no."
What are you doing? Yeah, yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Because, like, how can you fix it if no one is honest with you? Like, if you are doing something wrong and no one tells you, you
That's
just
what
look
I
like an asshole
say.
forever.
That's what
Yeah,
I
no,
say.
I'm with you.
Yeah, my husband's a Cancer, so he's more like, well, I explained it in this way. I'm like, no, did you tell them that this was A, B, and C was incorrect and you deserve X, Y, and Z? And he's like, I mean, I didn't quite say it like that. I'm like, yeah, no. Let me write the email.
Move over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Switching topics a little bit here, how did you, as we mentioned earlier, we love Grayscale. How did you first connect with Grayscale Records and like what did that mean for you to be, on one of like Australia's leading like alternative labels and kind of how has that partnership with them help your band grow?
Oh Lordy, this goes back to like everyone in Melbourne knowing each other. I don't
Yeah.
even remember how I met Josh, but Josh and I were friends well before like Grayscale was even a thing. And he was quite supportive of like our first EP, which is like nowhere to be found because we don't talk about the first EP. But he had to do a lot of convincing for people to listen to us after that EP when we'd done the first record. Um, and yeah, it sort of just blossomed from there. Like once he actually at that point, Ash was on the team as well. And he was like, Ash, you need to listen to this like album. Like this album's great. And he's like, nah, man, like that EP sucked. Like it's not happening. I'm not listening to TBM. And he's like, no, please give it a chance. And then they'd heard it and they were like, okay, yeah, this is definitely something that we need on our label. And it's just been awesome because like the label's also full of like people that I absolutely adore. Like
Mhm.
which is just so fun being on a record label with like not only the team as your friend, but also like the rest of the other bands are your mates too. So it's been really wholesome. It's been really nice. It's exciting to be I love them.
Yeah. I have that same shirt as well. Josh sent me one of them. And sometimes I like to order like a size up just to like, just in case, especially
Yeah.
like I think it was during a rather, a time where maybe I couldn't fit in my usual size.
Yeah.
And I got it. And it literally is like a dress on me. like it's like
Oh,
the
you got
I got it like way
a moo
too
moo.
big.
So cute.
And like I love the shirt. I'm like, and I look at it all the time in my closet. I'm like, I really want to wear that, but it literally like goes down to like my ankles. Like it's
Bring it
crazy.
to me. I'll cut it for you. I do that for all of
Okay, yeah.
Kevin's. I like cut off the, all right, sewing talk. I just cut off the hem because my husband likes more of like the boxy fit. So
Yeah.
whenever he gets shirts, I just cut like literally the hem and just pull it out for him and it gives that like perfect line. And so I can do that for you. Let me just cut off what you want. I could pull it out so it fits like that boxy tee and then you can wear it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Next time I see you, you're taking me to the airport on Saturday, so bring it to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they must just the shirts are just a little bigger down in Australia. I don't know what it is like.
I perpetually wear XLs, like,
Yeah.
but they're like
Same,
dresses for me. So
same.
So I usually wear like an XL and I got a double XL and it's like it's
the
so big
jump
on
is
me.
huge. Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Trying to like sell like two XLs here, you get lumped with them and stuck with them forever. But people are always like, I need a 2XL. And then you get a bunch of them and no one buys them.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, what a mystery shirt. Mystery
100%.
mystery moo enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, kind of back to the music as well. The last full-length album was in 2019, but ever since, y'all have primarily just focused on, putting out just really strong standalone singles. And I'm kind of curious what sort of prompted that change. Was it sort of influenced by the changing music industry, landscape, or sort of a desire to let each song have its moment? And then, I also read that though a bit like you guys were also just being very meticulous with how you want to approach this next era of the band.
Yeah, so the sporadic kind of singles, originally we'd actually written an EP, and we were going to slowly trickle them, but between like life and just like scheduling conflicts with other like bands on the label, we only ended up getting three of those songs out. And then by the time it kind of rolled around, we were like, shit, these songs are too old and like so dated that they just don't suit the vibe of like where we want to go with this like new direction. So we bailed on those. Um, but yeah, it was supposed to be like a trickle down. I think Sleep Token had done like a one like one single at a time, like every couple of months or whatever, like a trickle
Mm.
to a bigger piece. And I think we were giving that a crack to see how it would go, just with like a smaller body of work. Um, and then it just didn't end up working for us. So we ended up going back into the studio and now we're very like meticulous on this next record because we need everyone to, I just want everyone to hear this whole thing. So I'm very, very strategically planning this one out and hoping that it gets to a lot of ears.
Absolutely. And yeah, obviously we know that a new album is coming. We don't have to dive too deep into it because I know there's a lot of stuff that's yet to be announced, but just kind of curious like what you kind of can share about this next evolution of the band and where this next era is kind of heading sonically, lyrically, where things are sort of arriving with this new record.
Uh, it's Oh man, like I am so unbelievably like proud of this album. It is my favorite thing we've ever written. And sonically, I think people are in for a shock. Like they're in for a treat, but I think this album will really, really show off what I can do vocally. But it does still team with the theme of it's my feelings on paper. Um, I lost my brother 2 years ago now,
Oh,
to a
I'm
motorbike
sorry.
accident. That's okay.
Mm.
Um, so a lot of the song, like quite a couple, like three, I think, of the songs are sort of about him and different perspectives. Um, of like one's like a very personal song to me. One's about how I think like he was always invincible. So, but not the case, girl. Like not everyone's invincible. So that one was a bit more of a like pissed off kind of song where I was like, I'm mad at you. You're a dumbass. Uh, but yeah, it was kind of like, I guess, the grieving process. There was one where I
Yeah.
was mad, one where I was sad, and one where I was extra pissed off. Like just, yeah. So, it's very, it deals with a lot of loss, that one, but like even not just like my brother, there's also like loss in terms of like myself, and having to find myself again because for a long time there I was sort of questioning where I was with music and like if I even wanted to, do it, if I was even good enough, because I just felt like every everything that got spat at us, like I was just feeling so defeated that I was like, is it even worth me doing this anymore? Like, does anyone even give a shit? Because it kind of feels like no one does. So it's very emotional, but like musically, it's wild. It's like I don't know. One of my friends heard one of the tracks and called it like a summer anthem, like a summer party anthem. But the lyrics are sad as shit. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you gotta have a party and cry at the same time. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's very that, but very, very diverse. And I'm so excited to hear people's thoughts because I definitely pushed myself when it came to vocals on this one.
Nice. That's very
Yeah.
exciting. So my favorite kind of songs, like really, really, happy anthemic sounding songs, but the lyrics are just absolutely like heart-wrenching. That's
Yeah,
the
like
best. Like,
Mbop.
yeah, or like
Yeah,
Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind is like
yeah,
the darkest fucking song ever, but it's like the most happy sounding. It's like it was in like
yeah,
Gap commercials, but it's
yeah.
like so dark. Yeah.
I'm so here for it. I think it's fun because if you don't laugh, you cry. So you may as well have fun with it.
Absolutely, for sure.
And that kind of goes to my next one. You may have already answered it, but the new single "Cry About It" is, on the way, and then we were going to ask, what is the story behind that track, and what did you hope like listeners kind of take from that one?
Cry About It is the party anthem.
Okay, so
Okay.
I was like, I have a feeling she might have already touched on this song,
Yeah.
but
So that's our party summer anthem. So fun. But it's about pretty much just uh this one's for the girlies for sure. It's definitely about like men in power who think that they can tell us what we can and can't do with our bodies. So it's pretty much like a mic drop to society to be like, no, we are women, we are strong, we don't need you to make decisions for us because we are our own people. So it's very that. It's a very girl power song in my eyes, where it's a big fuck you to all the haters and anyone who thinks that they can tell us what we can do otherwise. Like, yeah.
Hell
sounds like
yeah.
it's going to be a great anthem for every woman living in America right now.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
And we'll
Hell
just leave it
yeah.
at that.
Yep.
No, I feel
Yeah.
that. Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
did like, even though I don't live in the States, there is one song, it's probably one of my favorite songs on the record, where I do like sort of, even though I don't know what it's like being in your situation, as an outsider looking in, I wrote a song about what you guys are like going through right now,
Mm,
and how like pissed I was for you. And it is definitely my favorite song. And like, it's so like fun to sing vocally, but it was nice getting to yeah, it was nice getting to write about something different, even though like I'm personally not experiencing it the way
right.
my heart absolutely breaks seeing like what's going on in the States. Just I I'm a very empathetic person, I feel. So just yeah, I had to write it down. It was pissing me off so much that I was like, no, screw you. This is meh.
Yeah. Well,
on
the
behalf
women,
of
yeah.
America, we appreciate you.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
all the women of the States appreciate our allies over in Australia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
I
you.
know. It's so wild. Yeah, it's always so wild to talk to people, from other places, countries, and far distance from where we are, and like kind of getting their take on like what's currently going on here. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's just it's such a crazy thing because yeah, it's happening in our backyards, but it's affecting the world at large, everything. And it's just terrible. It's awful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, my heart absolutely goes out to your country because there are so many beautiful and great people there. It's just sad that the cockheads got to take over.
Yep.
Indeed, they are cockheads.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's a new one. I like that
That's
one.
a good one. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really we say dickheads here, not
I like,
cockheads. That's amazing. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
really?
right.
I've never
Yeah.
felt so Australian.
Amazing.
No, the Australian lingo is unmatched. You guys say some just
Oh yeah,
off
we're
the
heinous.
wall,
We're
but amazing slang.
yeah. Yeah, we're like I'm still learning slang here because I'm Spanish. Like both of my parents are from Spain. They moved to Australia when my brothers were little. So there's a lot of slang that I didn't grow up with because I'm from an ethnic household. So like we're not here to fuck spiders. I only learnt that like I'm shit you not like a couple of years ago when Amy had said it to me and I was like, excuse me?
What's that mean?
What is that like a New South Wales thing? Because I've never heard that in Queensland. Like, we're not here to fuck spiders. I think it's like we're not here to fuck around.
Yeah,
I'm,
Wow.
I
I'm not.
That is
gathered.
wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We don't really have anything cool here, I feel like our slang.
I
Like we just
wouldn't
have
say it's
like
cool.
well, not cool, but I mean like, like we don't have anything that's just like
It's off the
that
wall
that's
like
like that
Yeah,
that.
off the wall. Like our slang is
Yeah.
like pretty dumb for the most part. Like I mean, I think
yeah.
America came up with YOLO, and that's about
Uh,
it. And like
that's,
hella, we say hella about things here
love
on the
that.
West Coast, and
Yeah,
that's
that's cute.
kind of it, I think. Like,
I
I don't know.
love that. We just say a bunch of shit that doesn't make sense. And then yeah, like everything is the opposite. Like the yeah, nah, nah, yeah is
Yeah.
just mind blowing to some when they're like, "How do you guys understand each other?" And you just do. You just
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just do. We say some dumb shit, but I think we're all kind of on the same page about the dumb shit that's said. For some reason, we all understand it.
Yeah.
I,
Absolutely.
I got no idea, man.
I love it. Well, that was kind of my next question, but you kind of answered it. Like, Duerme was obviously a song that really resonated with me, and it was so cool to hear you actually singing in Spanish on that song. Like, such a
Thank you.
the way that you were kind of juxtaposing both like English and Spanish lyrics. Like, that must have felt really cool, like giving a nod to like your culture and your heritage and everything
It
with that.
it was super fun, and I've done something similar in one of the songs in the album as well. Because I I'm so proud to be Spanish. Like it's so cool that I get like to share a different culture with people. Even though every time I say I'm Spanish, everyone looks at me and they go, "But you're white," and I'm like, "Huh? It's, yeah, my mum ran
Yeah.
out of my mum ran out of ink.
Yeah.
Because my brothers are very Spanish looking, like they are like the beautiful olive skin, and then there's me, the one that got found behind the dumpster apparently. Um, but it's so fun just being able to speak a different language and then to throw that in just to shake shit up a little bit, like yeah. But I wasn't one thing that the band like wouldn't let me do was the entire song because they're like, Lizzie, no one's gonna understand you, and this one might be hard to play live, like because
Hmm.
Australia can be a bit like, I don't know what's going on here, like what is this
Yeah.
shit? Like why can't I understand you? So yeah, but I thought it would be fun to just like throw shit in, and then they go, I don't know what you said there. Are you speaking English?
No, it's super cool the way that you did it. Like it's so effective in that song. It's awesome. Really,
Thank
really
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun to see, and it's fun to watch people like mumble over it or not know how to pronounce duerme. Like they're just like duerme or durame. It's just I get to
What?
have my own fun trying to watch people try to pronounce shit.
Hey, I took 2 years of Spanish in high school, so I
Hell
I
yeah.
understand. I understand it
Yeah,
decently. Yeah, of course.
that's good. That's good.
Yep.
We always love to ask a fashion question on this show, obviously. What is kind of your personal style? I know we went over, we love the XLTs, but what are some of your style inspirations and kind of what is your vibe when you're putting together maybe an outfit for stage or music video versus everyday life?
Um, I'm definitely better dressed on stage. I literally live in either like baggy pants and an oversized t-shirt or like shorts and an oversized t-shirt. All of my shirts are oversized. But on stage, I feel like I don't know, I feel like my on stage persona is more like rock star. So I'm happy and more confident wearing like, crop tops and like heaps of like jewelry and accessories and stuff and like nice pants as opposed to looking like a dag. Because I have like a different sense of confidence when I'm on
Yeah.
stage and when I get to be Lizzie TBM. Like me outside of TBM, I am so introverted. Like I'm having a shindig at my house this Saturday for my birthday, and I am so unbelievably nervous because I am not a party gal. Like
Mm.
I tried to set up everyone, like my closest friends, to like come over so we can play like Dungeons and Dragons instead. But half of them were working, so I was like, okay, we'll just have some quiet beveraginos. Um, but yeah, I'm my persona on like as Lizzie TBM is quite different. She's heaps more. I wish I was more like her every day because she's heaps more confident and like hell yeah and outgoing and she can wear whatever. But then every day, Lizzie, I'm just like, I'm just gonna wear my big cozy t-shirts. But I wouldn't say I'm super fashionable. I do like have a Pinterest board for like stage stuff. I tried to get a lot of influence from the Bratz dolls, like especially
Oh, that's
Jade.
cute.
She was my favorite Bratz doll growing up. And I just thought she was the coolest. So like even little things like, at times I'd wear like the netted shirt and stuff, and that was all just picking and choosing things that I reckon I could have pulled off from a Jade look. But yeah,
Hmm.
I get a lot of inspo from Jade. That's why I always got funky shoes on because I loved all of their shoes. I'm always in platforms, like always. Yeah, big Bratz style girly.
I love that. That's cute. That's a new one. We haven't heard that. I like
No,
that. Brat
yeah.
stall
Cute.
inspo. That's so cute.
That's
Thanks.
rad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Amy bought me some blind box Bratz dolls. They're not here yet, but she bought me some for my birthday, and I borderline almost cried because they're like impossible to get here. So we have to wait.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't get them here. You just like unless you buy Bratz dolls on Amazon, you just cannot find them anywhere anymore.
Interesting.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Get
Okay.
crazy.
Brats.
sucks. I
Was Bratz
know.
like
Bring
only
them
like a
here.
North American thing? Or
I don't know. I was never that and that and Furbies were the two things in
oh,
my
Oh,
childhood that I kind of missed. I don't know
oh,
if it
I
was
love
like
my
my mom
Furby.
was just like, I'm not buying these or whatever the thing is, but I just missed that a little bit. And
Mm.
now I'm a little bit not into Furbies, but like my two young nieces have them, and I'm like, okay, this is cute. And I asked my niece, I was like, do they have like a goth one? Because she knows Aunt Ariel's favorite color is black. So I was like, do they have a black one? And then same, they're like into Labubus, which I don't care about. I feel like the Labubu thing is about to be done. I went to Japan and like no one cared about Labubus. So I'm like, if
Yeah,
Japan doesn't
yeah.
care, then like it doesn't matter. Um, and I'm always like, is there a goth one? And I was like trying to like Google with all these like new Furbies if there's like a
Yeah.
black one. And then I was like, what am I doing? I don't fucking need this. Like,
You do, they're so cute, but you need like an OG one. The OG ones had black ones.
exactly. I think
Yeah,
it's just because I didn't, it's just the one thing I missed from being a kid. And then same with the
yeah.
Bratz dolls, which is weird because I was a huge Barbie girl and like I even had the Barbie that had like tattoos and stuff. Like I even
Ah,
had the alt
sick.
Barbie, but
Yeah,
like I don't know. Bratz just, I don't know if maybe just like growing up, my friends around me weren't like it just kind of went over my head for
yeah.
some reason. But I do know they have good fashion.
They do. They do indeed. I think the only reason I got a Bratz is because my mum saw like Yasmin, who's like the Hispanic one. She's like, ah, it looks like my family. So she bought me her because she's like, look, it's us, it's us.
Oh,
And then I
cute.
was like, she's really cute. I like the one with the like gothy looking one
Of
though, which
course.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I remember my
then I got a
Furby.
Jade.
Oh, right. I just remember my Furby traumatizing me as a kid. Like I was like 5 years old when I got it, and it would just start talking like in my closet. It would never stop making noise, and it would terrify me and keep me up at night. And I remember being like 5 years old, and I tried to smash it, and like even after just like ridiculously smashing it, it still would not die. And I was like so terrified for like weeks of this Furby.
Oh,
And like literally, like my brother was like, "I'll just take this Furby. Like you're good." Like I was like so petrified of the thing. Like I don't know what it was.
oh no,
Oh,
that's
how
so
funny.
devastating.
Yeah.
I'd found mine years and years and years later. I think I was like in my early 20s when mum and I were like cleaning out her house. And I found my Furby and I was like, oh my God. So I put batteries in and he yawned because they'd always yawn when they wake up. And then
hmm
he like he yawned and then he was like ah and then
Oh
his
my God.
eyelashes fell out.
Oh my
And then
God.
I turned him off. And then the next day I went downstairs because I was like, oh, I'll go grab him. I'll put him in my bag to take him back to Melbourne with me. And he was gone. And then we never saw him again. So I do not know. My Furby is out there in the wild somewhere
What?
without
That's what I'm
eyelashes.
saying.
The Furbies
Never saw
are
him again.
like low
Never saw him again.
key, like witchy. Like, again, my niece, who will be 6, so she's 5, has one, and this thing has like a third eye that she like
hmm
talks to. Again, I didn't have Furby as a kid. Maybe this is normal, but she's like talking to it, and I'm like telling my niece, I'm like, this is like a like familiar dude. This like Furby, like she's like talking to its third eye and it's like making all these sounds. And then she's like the opposite. She gets mad at it when it doesn't talk back. She's like, no. And then like says whatever again. If it's like not continuously talking, I'm like, I am a 34, almost 35-year-old woman and I am stimming off this right now. I'm like, this is too much. This is too much. This thing looks
I love
weird. There's a third eye. Yours has
Yeah,
disappeared. Yours was demonic.
mine didn't have three eyes
Hers,
though.
I don't know. It's like this
It-
psychedelic. Maybe she has hers is like rainbow. So maybe it's like a
Okay,
psychedelic
sure.
one.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, dude, that's like a third eye. It's just funny because they're Catholic. So and
yeah.
I'm like the witchy one. I'm like, that's a third eye. That's like a psychedelic, whatever.
It's true. It's true. We got to spread the
Sorry.
word.
Furby rant over.
No, I'm here for it. I love it. It's nice to talk to like-minded millennials. It's
Last thing I'll say about Furbies. I just did a quick Google search while we're
Oh
on
my
here.
God.
And according to Google, Furbies are widely considered scary or creepy by most people. Um, they seemingly wake up without warning, and many users have reported Furbies making noise or speaking even after batteries were removed. A phenomenon likely caused by residual energy in the capacitors. I don't buy it. I
I
don't
don't
buy
buy
it.
it either. It's a child's toy. No. Mm-mm.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what
They're
child's
like
toy you
Chucky.
could beat and like it still work. Like that's
hmm
crazy.
hmm
That's
They don't
no.
make toys that sturdy anymore. I feel like the shit
No.
we
They're gonna
had growing up
survive the
was so
apocalypse.
1,000%. I've
Yeah.
still got my Tamagotchi. It's on my
Oh,
bedside
hell
table.
yeah. Fuck yeah. No, Tamagotchis are awesome. That's the goat for sure.
I will never grow up. I will never grow up.
Hell
I'm such
yeah.
a child.
Well,
Never
just,
change.
there's a couple of two more quick questions,
Yeah.
our favorite question we like to ask any of our guests, and for you specifically, if the Beautiful Monuments music could be the soundtrack to any movie, TV series, or video game, what would it be and why?
Oh my God. Damn. You've really caught me off guard.
It's
Uh,
all right. This question usually does.
damn.
You're not the only one who's
Yeah,
like,
I almost feel like
me.
we should send the question like to the
So we can
publicist
pre-think
first so they
about
can
it.
think about it. Yeah.
But I kind of
Oh
like the
man.
on the spot answers. We've gotten some wild ones.
Yeah.
I reckon we would probably be a badass soundtrack for like Left 4 Dead
Oh,
or
fuck
like
yeah.
some cool like zombie like but if the if Left 4 Dead had only like female characters or like baddies. But yeah, I don't know. Damn, in terms of like shows and shit, God, knowing our luck, probably something like what, like the Vampire Diaries or some shit.
I mean,
Like
That's
that
cool
would be
whatever
too.
sick. I love
whatever
the
the youth
Vampire
like.
Diaries.
I liked
Maybe.
the originals.
I did too. I did too. I had a debate with my
That was
sister about
amazing.
this last weekend, actually, which is a
So
topic
good.
for another time. But yeah, I am a sucker for anything like that mid 2000s supernatural, witchy vampire stuff. I used to
Yeah.
have it on CD from Amoeba. I had the Vampire Diaries soundtrack from the first season. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
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 So
So I feel like that would probably be our go-to. Like something like youthful, I say youthful like an old person, but like something that younger people are into, like definitely like teen drama, I reckon. But yeah, in terms of game, definitely like some sort of zombie game. I only said Left 4 Dead because it's like my favorite zombie game of all time ever. But
It is so wild that you
lots of
brought up
guns and
Left
like,
4 Dead. I I obviously like most people don't use Facebook anymore because like I don't know, I think it's kind of a dead platform, but I
mhm.
still will get my memories. Like Facebook will be like, you posted this like 17 years ago or something like that. And literally yesterday, I guess I had posted when I was a sophomore in high school. Um, just finished my homework, gonna go play Left 4 Dead for 5 hours. And I just literally had this like existential moment. I was like, okay, I'm 31 now. Life was so simple back then. Like I was just doing homework and
correct,
playing Left 4 Dead. I was like, take me back to 2010. This sounds incredible.
correct, absolutely. I think they've got on Steam at the moment. You can get like the whole collection, including like DLC for like $15.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't
go
played it
replay
probably.
it. Go replay it. It's
God.
still so fun.
Oh my
Except
God.
don't
Some
do
great
online
memories.
co-op. People are really mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're
They're
still
like, you
stuck in that.
suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll
Mm.
boot you, and you're like, I'm just trying to play a game, and I started this campaign. You can't boot me from my own campaign. It's very
They were
annoying.
so mean online. Like back in like 2010 when I would be playing it, the people were so mean online. Like that was like such the era of just like the most
They're
atrocious shit.
nasty.
Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible. Just terrible. But God tier game. One of the
Jesus.
best games.
I'm out here whipping out nostalgia. I'm so sorry. It makes
No, it's
No,
me
it's
great.
great.
I feel 30. Just like all these
Yes.
young people at work sending me that dumb shit where it's like, "What year were you born?" And they're like, "Oh, 2001." And it's fine. And then it goes to someone who's like from 1992 and they get like gravestones or like images behind them from like, I'm not that old,
I
man. Like that's
know.
so bullshit.
I know. It drives me insane. Like my whole TikTok feed is like nostalgic content, and I'm now getting things being like nostalgic for 2012, like 2012, and I'm like, to me that was like 5 years ago. Like to me,
Agreed.
like that's when I graduated high school, and I'm like, you're, and I'm like, fuck, that was 14 years ago. Like that is like retro now. Like it's
Oh my
crazy
God.
to me.
Well, I'm ancient then because I'm 91 and I graduated high school in '09. So and
I did
my
too.
35th birthday is in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I guess I'm on my way
Mm.
out, everyone.
I just I'm fresh 34. I'm with you,
Yeah,
sis. I'm with you.
it's all right.
Yeah.
The older I get, I like my age even more. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I did that, but I don't need to go back.
100%. I think being 30 is like I think 30s are probably like the best years ever because
Oh
you're
yeah.
still young, but then people take you seriously because you're an adult.
Right.
Hmm.
Like you want that
Hmm.
house? Oh, you're 30, of course.
Yeah, you're like more comfortable in your own skin in your
Yeah.
30s, and it's just
Yeah.
little things
No
like,
bullshit.
yeah, the bullshit doesn't matter as much anymore, and it's just
Yeah.
like you have your tight friend groups, and it's just so much better, so much
Yeah,
Yeah.
less things bother you. That's what I tell people. I don't know what happens when you turn 30, but you just stop giving a fuck.
better.
It's
I'm too
crazy.
old for this. I don't have time for this shit. Piss
Yeah,
off.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Well, last but certainly not least, we wanted to know, going into 26, what you can share, what is next for the band in terms of music, what you are allowed to share, touring plans, including Hellbound Cruise, any hopes of playing the US. And we mentioned it, I think, before we started recording, but if you also wanted to shout out your brand.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Oh God, this year we are looking at getting back on the road, because obviously, as you know, that there is an album coming. So I think it's just going to be some like TVM tours here and there, which we're currently like working on. And then of course we've got the cruise, which I'm low key dreading because Titanic is my favorite film, and I know how that ended. So I do not want to get on a boat. Um, but it's okay. The band said I had to, and they can pay for my therapy. Um,
I
in ter
I was like, I leave for a cruise in 2 days for work. I'm not a band, but my brand is going on Shipwrecked. And I'm not afraid of water. I don't like people in enclosed space that long. So I'm just really interested to see. I'm sure it will be fun. I'm sure it'll be fun for you too. You'll get on there and you'll be like,
yeah,
these ships are so big. It's a conglomerate, which is my opinion that I will hold about cruise ships, but
mm-hmm.
and the environment. But anyway, um, I'm like, you're literally gonna be on a floating city, and that's what I tell myself. Like, it's fine. It's so big.
Yeah, they probably improved it
Floating.
since 1912, I would
Yeah,
think,
I would imagine. I would
like,
hope so.
I've already
yeah.
sussed out where the lifeboats are, and that's probably where you'll find me hanging out. And I found that there's a library. So I feel like no one will
Oh.
be in the library. So I'll be there, and hopefully it's next to the lifeboats. But lifeboats are my like number one priority. I feel one thing off, I'm gonna fuck out of there. See ya. Hope y'all can swim because I'm Audi 3000. Like, not
Yeah.
happening.
That's awesome.
No. But it's okay. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have
It's
a
gonna be
great time.
great. It's
It's gonna
gonna
be
be
great.
great.
My mantra. I got this. It's gonna be fine.
It's a
It'll be
great
so
lineup
fun.
too. Yeah.
It is. It's a gnarly lineup. It's just too bad that it's in the ocean, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not an outdoor girly, so I'm real nervous. but it will be fine. Yeah, but just literally trying to get back out there this year, I think, like just with trying to like play more shows. But yeah, this year will definitely be very TDM focused. I mean, if we get support acts, sweet. No plans as of yet to go overseas. I don't personally, I don't think they'd let me into the States if they saw my Instagram. Um, but I actually weirdly don't think we can go to the States yet because we've not played overseas before. And
Oh,
they like us to have a resume of like proof that we've played in other countries before they actually let us in, which is super weird.
That is weird. I've
Um,
never heard that.
yeah, so we would have to, I think because we've been an entity since like 2013, they might like be a little more lenient. But yeah, I think that the hopes is that hopefully we get something overseas this year. Well, I need to leave this country in like for music. It's like the highest thing on our bucket list is to get the hell out of Australia because we've played here. There's only so many times you can play
Right.
Australia before the drive gets really, really dull.
yeah.
And it's far distances, like just driving to Melbourne from where I am, because we'll drive because then we have a car and shit while we're there. It's 12 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
12 hours to Melbourne. But like there's been days where we're like, fuck, we've got to go to work because like don't, we just work retail, like, and life is expensive. Where we've like Amy and I have driven from Newcastle, gone to Melbourne, played a show, and driven straight home.
It's
Wow.
Like,
crazy.
yeah, because we're like, nah, gotta get to work. Like, we'll play this
Yeah.
show on a Saturday, we'll fucking leg it back. Like, we'll take turns sleeping and just go home. But yeah, we really, really want to get out of Australia. And I feel like people don't super love us here. Like when we played Cult Fest a few years back, with Alpha Wolf, the lineup was super heavy. So we obviously stood out like a sore thumb in that lineup. Um, but the way the like crowd reacted to us, I think Currents were on after us, and we
Mhm.
got off stage and they were like, "Holy fuck."
Mm.
Like, we have never ever seen a band like you guys get that reaction. Apparently, like in the States, that's the sort of reaction that heavy bands get when a band like that goes on to play. Because they're like, everyone like froths this kind of music. So I'm very excited to go to a place where like people will, not that we're not like appreciated here, but I feel like we are appreciated more not in Australia, just
Yeah.
because they're very into very heavy stuff here, which we don't quite fit. So
Yeah, I've noticed I've been to Australia a couple times now, and I love Australia and I love Australians, so no shade, but I have noticed that and I think it might just be because, you guys don't get a lot of stuff, and when you do, it's because you're so far away, it by the time it's over there, like the US, like we're not like we're the only ones, but like we live in LA. So it's like LA, New York, it's like the creative is being made here.
yeah,
And then by the time it gets to Australia, we're already like past it almost.
yeah,
If
yeah,
that like that's a very
yeah, yeah,
generalized
totally.
statement.
Well, it's
But
so
I've
expensive to
also
get here.
noticed that Australians also, compared to Americans, are just more, what is the word I'm trying to find? And it's a good thing in a way. It's an admirable thing. Like I just noticed, like because we had a booth at Good Things, and just noticing the way that people would spend their money or look at things. It's just very, they're much more, when I say conservative, I don't mean conservative in a bad
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
like here, just
yeah.
more like thoughtful and about like
Hmm.
what they're doing. And they have to, here we're like, oh, this is sick. Yeah. Like we're just like immediately on to something.
Yeah,
And I feel like there's a little bit of like, I need to decide. I need to see it a couple times. I need to decide if this is for me. I need to decide if I
Yeah,
like it.
very hesitant. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
which is
sure.
like okay because at the end of at the flip side, I mean, here we're like crazy about clearly dumb shit. So, I think there's something admirable about that in a way of like no one takes time to like let things simmer anymore. It's obviously like, oh,
Mm,
this is cool, on to the next. And
yeah,
Australians are more, there's just, I feel like things are more thoughtful in a way.
yeah.
And they have to, yeah, let things simmer. So I could see how that would be frustrating though as a band and being like,
Very.
we feel you guys are just not getting it. Like
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
go be
yeah,
with people who get it. So, but I
yeah.
have experienced that like on the opposite side of like being an American going to Australia with like our clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just a very interesting thing. So I can totally relate when you say that.
It's
Totally.
very frustrating, especially like because no tea, no shade, but like a lot of them also don't give a shit unless you like make it big somewhere else. So like the
Mm,
second you get like super popular overseas, all of a sudden like Australia's all over you. They're like, yeah, that's our band, that's our band. And you're like, yeah, you say that now. Where the fuck were you like a couple years back? Like
Hmm.
when we
yeah.
really needed your support? Nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's very, very frustrating.
I've noticed it's the same with fashion too. There will
Yeah.
be brands specifically from like Europe that Australians are like very obsessed with. But have like yeah been around for a minute and like here we're kind of like over them and not in like a
Yeah.
mean way, it's just like they've been here and then but Australia specifically from Europe I've noticed there's like a lot of
Yeah.
like brands and bands that then Australians will be like we love this and it's ours and we're like
Yeah.
okay.
You can have it. Been there, done that.
Well, speaking of brands, though, we still need to shout out your brand as
Yeah,
well.
My shop, Shadow and Thorn. Our motto is emo forever, normie never. I get to make fun emo candles and just nostalgic shit, mainly for the elder emos.
that's so
Yeah, I've
cute.
it's so fun. I recently made a calendar. I can show you guys. I don't know if anyone else can see it, but it's like a little,
Whoa.
it's all the bands, like our favorite bands.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's
we live
really
in the
cute.
emo forever, normie never.
I love that.
I'm
Oh
just,
my
yeah, I'm
God.
here for the
That's
nostalgia.
so good. Yeah, that's
It
so
was
well done.
it was very hard trying to pick like the bands for it. That was such a pain in the ass. And then trying to find like old pictures of like Escape the Fate, for example, like OG photos, but all the MySpace pictures are like this big and all pixelated and
Yeah.
shit. So I'm like, I can't use any of this, goddamn. But yeah, super fun. It's just
Yeah.
fun emo shit.
You should, if you don't know of her, there's a US brand and her name is Kellen and she owns a brand called Elder Emo Co. And I feel like you would love her stuff. It's more like apparel. She doesn't have
Yep.
anything like candles like that. Calendar totally gives me her vibe. So you guys should
Yes.
reach out. She's also super nice. So if you're like, hey, Pretty Cult told me about you, she'll be like, I know, Ariel, that's my girl.
Absolutely. I will I will go and do that straight after this.
Yeah, no, I think it's match made in heaven right there.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. We will never
Super cool.
age.
Absolutely not. Well, just thank you so much. This has been so much fun getting to chat with you and just, super excited for what the band has in store for this year. And just, we're definitely rooting for y'all so much on our
Thank you
end.
so
And
much.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, just thank you. And we'll let you get back to the rest of your day. And yeah,
Huzzah.
We'll
Go
chat
do
okay.
some
soon.
weeding.
Hell yeah. Let's go. All
Thank you so
right.
much. It's been a pleasure.
Of
No
course.
problem.
Thank you. Okay. Take care.
Talk
You
soon.
See ya.
too. Bye.